Let's try this again. The horses onto the track post-parading for today's sixth race. Race 6, the Petrie Family and Friends Derby Celebration Purse. A $6,250 claiming event for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up at 6 furlongs over the now sloppy track. Field of 7 set to go. Number 3 is +2. Number 4 is +1. Race 6 starts the late pick 5. We also offer daily double exact, the trifecta super pick 3, and super high 5 wagering. Reminder, we're off the turf, so all races will be run over the sloppy main track for the remainder of the card. Post time in just over 3 minutes. Two minutes to post time, 2 minutes. The horses are approaching the starting gate, just 1 minute. Approaching the gate. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up for today's sixth race, the Petrie Family and Friends Derby Celebration Purse. Field of 7 set to go the 6 furlongs here over this now sloppy going. We appreciate everybody's patience with the big storm that just passed through. The rain is mostly stopped now. Cajun Anthem, the first to move in. Right now at 8-1. Your 2-1 favorite, number 4, Athena's Wisdom. 5-2 on the 2, The New Beginning. And 7-2, Foxy Lady out wide. Here's Opposite the Crowd coming up. Athena's Wisdom's going to be next. Marvin Fernandez aboard the favorite. Here's My Lady James, Gadio Martinez aboard. Waiting on Bottle Rocket and Foxy Lady will be all set for a start here. Today's sixth race started a late pick 5. Again, we're off the turf the remainder of the card and on the sloppy main track. Foxy Lady to the outside, and she moves in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Caught him in a good line. In the center, Athena's Wisdom is out quickly, driving through along the fence. Cajun Anthem is forwardly placed. Those are the top 2 through that first 16th of a mile. Right to their outside, Foxy Lady was away in third. In between horses comes The New Beginning. The top 4 only separated a length and a half. 2 more back to My Lady James. Another 4 back to Opposite the Crowd. Another 5 back to Bottle Rocket, who's a distant trailer here. So they head through the backstretch run past the half-mile pole. And the leader's Athena's Wisdom, 22.03 seconds for that opening quarter mile. Athena's Wisdom now 3/4 of a length in front of Cajun Anthem. Foxy Lady chases from third. They're 3 clear now of The New Beginning. Right to that one's outside My Lady James. Another 5 or 6 to Opposite the Crowd. Still nothing yet from Bottle Rocket. Around to the top of the stretch, Athena's Wisdom in front by 2.5 to Cajun Anthem, who's been second for much of the journey. Peeling out to the outside is Foxy Lady, and up the fence, a late run from My Lady James. Coming to the 8th pole, Athena's Wisdom still there. The lead's down to 2, though. Cajun Anthem's getting closer in second. It's 2.5 more back to My Lady James. Athena's Wisdom, a length and 3/4 in front now. Cajun Anthem trying to get closer. Athena's Wisdom keeps on fighting, though. Athena's Wisdom a length in the end. Cajun Anthem was second, third, My Lady James, 4th, Foxy Lady. Results now posted. 4, 1, 5, 7, and 6. 4, 1, 5, 7, 6. The unofficial order. Final time 110 and change. What was it? 110.44. Heading over toward the saddling paddock where we'll do our winner's circle presentation here for this race. Athena's Wisdom, 7-year-old chestnut mare by Right on Curlin out of Gold Charisma. Bred in Florida by Robin Thompson. Ariagata Racing LLC, the winning owners. Michael Simone, the winning trainer. And Marvin Fernandez, the 10-pound apprentice, aboard for the winning ride. As Athena's Wisdom, winner of today's 6th race. Results are official. 440 on the win. Race 6 was named in honor of our featured group, the Petrie Family and Friends Derby Celebration Purse. I want to welcome the Petrie family and friends joining us here at Tampa Bay Downs for Derby Day. And appreciate everyone's patience with the storm passing through and hopefully an unfettered rest of the card as we're 21 minutes away from the 7th race, race 7. The Pavilion Party Kentucky Derby Hat finalist. Reminder, it's off the turf, so it's at 1 mile and 40 yards. $10,000 down to $8,000 maiden claiming event for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch 2, 4, 8, 9. 2, 4, 8, 9 or scratch. Number 10 is +3. Number 3 is +2. Post time for the 7th. The late pick 4 is in 21 minutes. Prices on the board. The pick 3 at even $100 5 cents. High 5 $2,873.50. The exact to $19.90. Trifecta $56.55. Dime super $50.60. Race 7 in 21 minutes at 3:58. Onto the track, post parade for today's seventh race. Start of the late pick four. It's the Pavilion Party Kentucky Derby Hat Finalist Purse. Maiden claiming $10,000 down to $8,000 event. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. They'll be at 1:40 on the main track. Again, we're off the turf on the sloppy main track here for the rest of the card. Scratch 2, 4, 8, and 9. 2, 4, 8, and 9 are scratched. Number 3 is +2. Number 10 is +3. Race number 7 starts the late pick 4. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. Attention race fans, we have a late scratch here in today's 7th race. On advice of the veterinarian and by order of the stewards, scratch number 10, Serenity Prayer. Number 10, Serenity Prayer, is a late scratch here on advice of the veterinarian and by order of the stewards. Refunds on all win, place, show, exacta, trifecta, and superfecta combinations involving that runner. I believe that will trigger a refund on all super high fives, as it'll make a field of 6. If you had that runner in the late pick 5 or 6, you'll receive the post-time favorite. If you had that runner in that middle pick 4, you'll receive the post-time favorite, but this was an all-pay because of the surface switch, so it doesn't really change anything for you there. In the late pick 4, you do still have time to make corrections. If you're unable to do that, you will receive the post-time favorite here in the 7th race. Post-time for the 7th in 3 minutes, a late scratch, number 10, Serenity Prayer. Two minutes to post time. Today's 7th race, the Pavilion Party Kentucky Derby Hat Finalist Purse in just 2 minutes. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Today's 7th race, the late pick 4, is coming up in just 1 minute. The horses have arrived at the starting gate. They're lining up for today's 7th, the Pavilion Party Kentucky Derby Hat Finalist Purse. Field 6 to go now, the mile and 40 yards on the main track. Again, this race off the turf. Reminder, it is an all pay for that middle pick 4 as the race came off the turf after the start of that sequence. It is all as well in the ultimate 6. Two to 5 here on the number 6 Kathleen's Derby. Again, reminder, number 10 was a late scratch. If you had that one in this late pick 5, or pick 4 rather, and you were unable to change your wagers, you'll get the post time favorite, which it appears will be the 6, but we don't want to speak too early. Black Fly coming up. Cipriano Gill for Brian Lusk. Here's New Way, Angel Serpa to gate 5. Here's the big favorite, Kathleen's Derby. Maybe a hunch play here on Derby Day. KO not too far behind Juan Carlos Avila as the leading trainer. Race comes down to these final couple days. Here's Tranquila Ruby, Lady Versailles. The last one to join will be all set for a start. Lady Versailles moving up. They're in the gate. Popping open the stall there was the 3, but did not take any steps forward. It looks like Eddie Booble's going to close that stall, and we'll try once again here. Looks like there is a horse that has been backed out of the gate. That was the number 5, New Way. Now coming back into the starting gate is the 5, and will be once again set for a start. In the gate. And the race is on. Lady Versailles broke slowly, as did Tranquila Ruby. The favorite broke beautifully. Kathleen's Derby right to the front at once. As they run to that first turn, Kathleen's Derby, length and a half in front of McGowan Street, who's toward the inside. New Way is out 3rd. Between them comes Black Fly 4th. Down at the inside, Tranquila Ruby trying to gain from 5th. Lady Versailles, the early trailer after the slow beginning. But they're only covered now 4.5 or 5 lengths as Kathleen's Derby and Samuel Marin take him to the back stretch. Kathleen's Derby a length and a half in front of McGowan Street to the inside. 3 deep here for New Way, 4 deep for Lady Versailles to the far outside. It's a length and a half more to Tranquila Ruby. Black Fly drops out to the back. 24.64 seconds over this sloppy going, and it's the even money slight favorite here. Number 6, Kathleen's Derby in front. Kathleen's Derby 2.5 to McGowan Street, who's down to the inside in the 2nd position. It's a length and a half more. Back to Tranquila Ruby. Lady Versailles has made a little bit of ground. New Way shuffled back a spot, and Black Fly, who took the late money down to 6 to 5, second choice, is the trailer. 48.68 seconds, the opening half-mile time. It's been all Kathleen's Derby up top. Leads it now by 4. McGowan Street, Tranquila Ruby, they're 2nd and 3rd. Then comes Lady Versailles. Black Fly trying to go run on for the back is up to 4th now. Still 6 lengths off this favorite as they come around past the quarter pole. Kathleen's Derby to the top of the lane by 2. To McGowan Street, who's up to 2nd. On the far outside, Black Fly continues to make steady progress, is covering some ground, but within 4.5 of the lead. As they come past the 8th pole, Kathleen's Derby still in front. It's Kathleen's Derby to McGowan Street down on the inside. Down the center comes Black Fly. Kathleen's Derby still there. Kathleen's Derby by the 16th pole, 4 in front. Black Fly trying to grab 2nd from McGowan Street. Kathleen's Derby all the way. Blackfly did get up for second. Third was McGowan Street. Fourth, Tranquila Ruby. And fifth was New Way. Six, 3, 1, 7. Results are now official. It's Kathleen's Derby official winner here is your slight favorite. Kathleen's Derby, the 7th race winner. She's a 3-year-old Bay filly by Leinster out of Awesome Song. Was bred right here in Florida by Alicia Guerra. Sousa Racing, the winning owners. Kathleen O'Connell, the winning trainer. Samuel Marin aboard for the winning ride. As Kathleen's Derby victorious here in today's 7th race. Price is on the board. Reminder, consolation double in pick 3 to the 10 there. And the pick 4 was an all because the 7th race came off the turf after the start of the sequence. So do take note of that. Refund on super high 5s with that late scratch. So there's your payoffs on the tote board. Today's 8th race just 20 minutes away at 4:26 p.m. Race number 8, scratch number 8, Mission Mike. Number 8 is scratched. A field of 8. Jockey change on the 4, Ever Do It. Make the rider Gadiel Martinez. We'll be at a mile and a 16th on this sloppy main track in 20 minutes. Do want to welcome our featured group for the 7th race, the Pavilion Party Kentucky Derby hat finalists. The hats look great today here at the track for everybody, but we want to congratulate our hat finalists as our featured group here for the 7th. Race 8 in 20 minutes. Just catching up on some claims. Number 3, Black Fly, was claimed there to owner trainer Maria Bowersock in race 7. Back in race 6, number 2, The New Beginning, two-way shake, goes to Jose Antonio Vargas. Number 4, Athena's Wisdom, was claimed, goes to Wayne Scanlon, Martin Escobar, the trainer. Number 6, Bottle Rocket, a two-way shake, goes to Danny Lee Linville, trainer Jeffrey Poole. And number 7 goes to Robert Deckert Jr., Michael Simone.
Race 8 is a 5-claimer for 4-year-olds and up, which have not won a race since November 2nd. They'll be going a mile and the 16th on the main track. The number 9, Royal Luck. He had to settle for second last out, going the mile 40 distance at the condition. He'd gone for the lead. He dueled. He could not hold off his beast, though, who next got the Shodo in for 8. Royal Luck had gotten the Shodo the start before that, going this distance, but it was a more measured run where he rated back before making a move. I think he's going to be forwardly placed again today, either on or just off the pace, and he's got enough backlash to hold. The 7, Winooski, is in here for Sam Walensky, and he's been running against 10 claimers on the synthetic at Gulfstream. 2 on the board finishes there ahead of a 10th place finish, but he was drawn really wide and he couldn't draw over efficiently, forced to settle back. He does not have a great dirt record, but he's never run on our main track, and this is a big drop into a condition 5. The number 5, that's 86 Chevy, in here for Tim Padilla. Bottom line with this horse, I think he was in too tough when making those first 2 starts here this meet. Then he had 2 sprint starts, and while he was good sprinting in the past, he went from an inside draw at the 10 level to then a wide draw going just 6 furlongs, getting that 5 NY class relief finally. And then last out, they added blinkers, and he did get better. He finished 5th, yes, but after dueling on the pace. And I think he would have a better go of it had he not started from the far outside, because as I keep saying, at the mile 40 distance, you go right into the turn, and he really had to put the pedal to the metal. I'm going to go 9-7-5 in race 8.
The horses out of the track, post spreading for today's 8th race. Started a late pick 3. A field of 8 set to go mile of 16th on the sloppy main track. Scratch number 8. Number 8 is scratch. Jockey change on the 4. Ever Do It. Make the rider Gadiel Martinez. Race 8 offers daily double exacta, trifecta, superfecta. We start the late pick 3. We have a super high 5 as well. Post time in just 4 minutes. 4 minutes to post time. Two minutes to post time. Today's 8th race. Late pick 3's in 2 minutes. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Today's 8th race field, just 1 minute away. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up for the 8th race. Our final pick 3 of the afternoon here on this Kentucky Derby Day card. Over the sloppy main track, this race as scheduled at a mile and a 16th. Your post time favorite 8-5 on the number 9 Royal Luck. 2-1 on the number 7 Winooski. Those are your top 2 in the wagering. It's all the way out 5-1 for the number 5 86 Chevy, third choice. Political Riot coming up. Here's Alamik to gate 2. Marvin Fernandez, the apprentice, already with a winner on the card. I believe he has 1 win left in his 10-pound apprentice. Downtown Connector coming up along with Winooski. The final 2 are going to be Ever Do It and Royal Luck will be all set for a start. Late pick 3 time. Royal Luck and Israel Rodriguez and the Juan Arriagada Silks. Another fantastic season for Juan Arriagada as they're in the gate. And the race is on. Good start for Alamik down toward the inside. Ever Do It is set for early speed, and Royal Luck up from the outside. Political Riot's also right there. So it's Ever Do It, Political Riot. They're 1-2. Is Royal Luck going to sit just off their hip in third? Winooski follows that one from fourth, so the favorites are third and fourth early on. Then comes Crab Cakes and Beer. Alamik, 86 Chevy is second last, and Downtown Connector is the trailer as Political Riot. Wesley Ho up to grab the lead. 6.5 furlongs from the money, and it's Political Riot, a length and a tail in front of Ever Do It in second. Royal Luck, the favorite, is third. And comes Crab Cakes and Beer. Alamik 2 deep, 86 Chevy out 4 wide. It's just inside of that one comes Winooski, and Downtown Connector still at the back. So they make their way up the backstretch, 24.06 seconds for that opening quarter mile, and it's 19-1 shot. Political Riot, who takes a midway down the backstretch, 2.5 to the good of Ever Do It. Royal Luck is third, 3 off the top. It's a length more then, back to 86 Chevy. Winooski's in between horses. Downtown Connector trying to rally. Crab Cakes and Beer shuffled back second last. Alamik is the trailer. 48.36 seconds, the opening half mile. Political Riot, that lead down to just over a length. Royal Luck trying to come after that one. Out wide, 86 Chevy's up to third. Ever Do It, the gray, fourth to the inside and 3 off the top. After that comes Downtown Connector as they wind around to the quarter pole, still chasing Political Riot. Political Riot brings them around to the top of the lane. Royal Luck now within a neck. 86 Chevy covering ground on the outside is third. In behind trying to make up some ground is Downtown Connector. Royal Luck comes after the lead. Political Riot now back to second. Up the fence, Ever Do It. Downtown Connector's fourth as they have a final 16 to go. Royal Luck heads for home. Royal Luck and Israel Rodriguez 4 in front. Downtown Connector up to second. Royal Luck powerfully at even money. Won it by 5.5, 6 in the end. Downtown Connector second. Ever Do It was third. It was a 3-way photo for fourth, fifth, and sixth. 9, 3, 4, 2, and 6. Even money favorite, followed by a 14 to 1 shot, a 22 to 1 shot, a pair of 19 to 1s. Royal Luck, victorious here today on Derby Day. Returns $4 for the win, even $4. To the winner's circle, Royal Luck. 8-year-old bay gelding by Looking at Lucky out of Starley was bred in Chile by Haras Matriarca. The winning owners, Juan Arriagada, in partnership with Robert Basso, and Juan Arriagada, the winning trainer, Israel Rodriguez, aboard for the winning ride. Royal Luck victorious here in the 8th race. Prices on the board, the exacta $15, trifecta $67.10, the dime super $82.29. Daily double $6.9, $4.40. The pick three $6.45. The super high five went unhit, so we'll have a carryover into the upcoming 9th race of $2,751. $27.51 carried into the upcoming 9th race. This race is off the turf at 1 mile and 40 yards on the main track. Race 9 off the turf. Scratch 1 and 4. 1 and 4 are scratch. Number 2 is +2. Scratch the 1 and 4 again. A jockey change on the 6 power wrench. Gabriel Maldonado rides. Number 8 is +1. Post time for the 9th. The late doubles in 28 minutes. There was a claim in the 8th race. Number 7, Winooski, was claimed, and a 6-way shake goes to Henry Lilius and Stephen Dye, the new trainer.
Race 9 is for 3-year-olds, which is start for a claiming price of $16,000 or less, or an optional claiming price of $16,000. They'll be going a mile on the grass. The number 8, King of the Trail, had an inner draw last out. He got bumped, got keyed up, dueled on the pace, and then he tired. That was an optional start at 32 and a first start on grass since being claimed by Tim Padilla, who now goes blinkers on for some focus. This son of McLean's music is out of Drapes by American Pharoah and had debuted originally against Maine 32 Company on the turf for Proctor. Had an inner draw that day as well. He broke slowly. He had to sit back before making his way outside. It was just his first start. I like that he's already toward the outer end of the gate this afternoon and can hopefully move up on the drop in with those blinkers. Then 9, Hard Talk in here for Rory Miller. He was 4th last out in the 5-horse sophomore stakes. That was just at 7 furlongs. He'd been showing in the money ability against optional starter 25 Company on the main track before that, but he did also win a main 16 here in front end fashion and over 4 next out winners, one of whom won a main 32 in his next start. Now, I know Distinct beat Hard Talk before, but that day, Hard Talk, he had the rail and he had to work out a trip. The 5 is Distinct in for Gallegos. Just wired a 16 claimer field here by 7.5 lengths going a mile. And that was overcoming a bad start. That was a drop in from contesting optional starter 32 Company, in which he was a bit of a speed and fade off the layoff, and he can be tactical. So I'm going to go 8, 9, 5 in race 9.
The horse is on the track post breeding for today's ninth race. Started the late daily doubles, just 6 minutes from post time. This race off the turf at 1:40 on the main track. This race 3-year-olds in a starter optional claiming condition of $16,000. Scratch 1 and 4. 1 and 4 are scratched. Number 2 is +2. Jockey change on the 6 Power Wrench. Make the rider Gabriel Maldonado. Number 8 is +1 pound. Race 9 starts the late daily double. Also offers win, play, show. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagering. We have a super high five carryover of $2,751. Post time for the 9th. Late doubles in 5 minutes. We do have a late scratch here in today's 9th race on advice of the veterinarian and by order of the steward. Scratch number 6 Power Wrench. Number 6 Power Wrench is scratched. Refunds on all win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, super, and super high five combinations. On the 6th, that should trigger a refund for all the super high five with the now 6-horse field. So do take note of that. So that carryover will move into the 10th race. So again, late scratch here, number 6 Power Wrench. If you had that running in the late pick 4, 5, or 6, you will receive the post-time favorite. Late scratch, number 6 Power Wrench. There will be a consolation daily double and pick 3. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Today's ninth race field just 1 minute away. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's ninth as we start the late double. Field 6 here, this off the turf event on the sloppy main track. 4 to 5 on the number 5 Distinct. 5 to 2 out wide for number 9 Hard Talk. Those are your top two in the wagering. Here's Deep Star moving up. Distinct to gate 5. The favorite Distinct, 4 to 5. Here's Chaos coming. And the final two are going to be King of the Trail and Hard Talk. We'll be all set for a start. Late double time. King of the Trail coming up. Hard Talk completing the line. Hard Talk, Jose Ferrer already with a winner on today's card. Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. King of the Trail broke inward there at the start. Good start for Chaos coming and Distinct, and those two hook up right from the opening bell, and they go quickly into that first turn. Hard Talking to sit just in behind them in third. After that comes Double Miles. King of the Trail back in gears now up to fourth on the outside. Three more then back to Deep Star, who's the early trailer, as these top two hook up, and they do battle up front. Distinct and Chaos coming in a big pace duel as they go past the 6 furlong marker. 23 seconds flat over the sloppy going. They've opened up 5.5 lengths on Hard Talk, who's content to watch them from third. Two more then back to King of the Trail, who travels nicely in fourth. Then they string out a bit. It's 5 more back to Double Miles, maybe 6 more, and another 4 after that to Deep Star. They're probably covered by 15 lengths, and these top two have been hard at work up front. And meanwhile, here comes numbers 3 and 4. So on the lead, it's Chaos coming Distinct, and quickly Hard Talk goes and blows right by the top ones. On the outside, King of the Trail. That was a speed duel, and those two are now out of it here as they wind around the far turn. The leader, Hard Talk, King of the Trail. Those are the two that go on. Still battling away in third, but about 8 lengths back now is Chaos coming. Is starting to rally up from fourth. Goes Double Miles, but these top two have snuck away. Now they're in their own private little battle. By the quarter pole, Hard Talk a half length in front of King of the Trail. 5 or 6 more back to Double Miles, who's made a little progress in third. Trying to wind it up from the back is Deep Star. As they come past the 8th pole, Hard Talk has put away King of the Trails. Now 4 lengths ahead of that rival. Double Miles trying to come through on the inside from third, but inside the final 16th, Hard Talk. Jose Ferrer 4 in front. Double Miles up to second. Hard Talk got a perfect trip behind that battle. Wins it by 5. Double Miles was second. King of the Trail third. Fourth, Deep Star. Nine, 2, 8, 3, the unofficial order. 3 to 2, second choice. Hard Talk, the winner. 9, 2, 8, 3. Results are official. $5 on the win for Hard Talk. It's a riding double for Jose Ferrer. Hard Talk, 3-year-old dark Bear Brown colt by Awesome Slew out of Cali, California, bred in Florida by Flying Finish Farm. Flying Finish Farm, the winning owners, Rory Miller, the winning trainer, Jose Ferrer, aboard for a riding double. Hard Talk victorious here. Prices on the board. Reminder, refund in the Super High Five, so that carryover from race 9 of 2,751 will move over to the 10th and final race. Race 10 to close out the card, coming up in 21 minutes at 5:31 p.m. Field of 10, no scratches or changes. Post time for the 10th and final in 20 minutes. Fans, just a reminder, we do have live racing again tomorrow. It's actually Fan Appreciation Day and our closing day. Mandatory payouts and all the wagers tomorrow. Should be a great Sunday card to close out the season here at Tampa Bay Downs.
Race 10 is going to close out today's card with an 8-claimer for fillies and mares 3 years old and up, which have not won 3 races. They're going to be going 6.5 furlongs on the main track. The number 8, Princess Gladys, in here for Mike Deeney, just ran 5th on the turf in a 16 non-winners of 3 going a mile. Start before that, she was also 5th, but she was beaten just 3 1/4 that day at the level on dirt, sprinting 6, and it was a first off the layoff. I think now that she's got 2 under the girth, the drop in and cut back combination could set her up for a win. Last time she'd raced on our main track before that, she'd run a good 4th against Allowance Company here, and that's a race which included the likes of Factor Bella. Now, maybe the 5, Barb's Dream Come True, can move up 2nd off the layoff. She hadn't run since August when she made that first start back here on April 17th. She'd run at Canterbury over the summer, but when last in action here, well, off the board, she did show some ability to hang with the optional 32 and 2X crowd. The number 2, CC Girl, in here for Mendieta. She got claimed out of her runner-up finish to Pemberley back on March 15th and was bumped up into an optional 16. She showed a little something before tiring out of contention, and then they tried turf again, showed a little something early. There were traffic issues, though, and she did shrink back to 6th that day. She's been okay sprinting in the past, so I am thinking maybe drop back in for 8, but also cut back to 1 turn. She can come with a run for an on-the-board finish. Gonna go 8, 5, 2 in race 10, and I'll see you back here to close out the meet at Tampa Bay Downs.
Onto the track, post parading for today's 10th race, an $8,000 claiming event for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. They'll be at 6.5 furlongs. Field of 10 set to go here. No scratches or jockey changes in the 10th. We offer exacta, trifecta, superfecta, and super high five wagering. We have a $2,751 carryover in the super high five. Post time for the 10th and final for our live racing card in 4 minutes. 2 minutes to post time. Today's 10th and final in 2 minutes. Fans, just a reminder, today's 10th race does wrap up our live racing card, but be sure to stick around for the Kentucky Derby simulcasting. You'll be able to, we'll have it up on the big board here on the infield, but also on television monitors around the facility. Kentucky Derby coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes. Simulcasting from a lot of other great tracks around the country will be going on after we finish our live racing program here today. Reminder, tomorrow's closing day. It's our Fan Appreciation Day. Be sure to join us for our final day of the racing season as we wrap up our 100th anniversary season tomorrow. Mandatory payouts in all wagers tomorrow, including that Ultimate Six. Should be a great day of wagering tomorrow here at Tampa Bay Downs. The horses are approaching the starting gate. We're just 1 minute from post time for the 10th and final. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up for today's 10th and finals. We get set to wrap up day number 89 of the season. Again, don't forget, back at it tomorrow for closing day, Fan Appreciation Day. We'll wrap up the season tomorrow here at Tampa Bay Downs. 10 of them here in the finale to go 6.5 furlongs. Your post time favorite 6-5 on the number 8, Princess Gladys. Again, just a reminder, simulcasting continues downstairs with the Kentucky Derby coming up in just over an hour's time. We'll have that up on the big screen as well. Here in the infield, if you want to stay in the grandstand. Lady Patrick's has gone in. Here's Meet Me in the Air moving forward. Fussy Girl to gate 7 in the House Orange Silks. Princess Gladys coming forward. Samuel Marin for Mike Deeney on the favorite. Here's Terry T. Barb's Dream Come True. Padrino's Gold and Fontina going to be the final three. We'll be all set to close the show here on a Saturday. Barb's Dream Come True goes in. Fontina, Jesus Suarez to the outside draw. Looks like Padrino's Gold's got in. Here's Fontina to complete the line. Fontina going in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Wildcat Mini from the inside. Meet Me in the Air. Those two are out the quickest. Terry T right up alongside of them. Those are the top three as they come out of the chute and out of the main course. Just in behind them, Lady Patrick's was out in 4th. Another half length back to Padrino's Gold, who's in the 5th spot. It's 2 more back to Fontina. Down at the fence, CC Girl. Fussy Girl's racing back in 8th. The favorite, Princess Gladys, is 9th early on, and it's about 8 or 9 more back to Barb's Dream Come True, who's a distant trailer, already about 16 or 17 lengths behind. 22.37 seconds for the opening quarter mile time, and Meet Me in the Air just in front of Wildcat Mini. Terry T, Padrino's Gold joining them on the far outside. They're 4 across now as they go to that turn. In behind that comes Fontina. Lady Patrick's, CC Girls down to the inside 7th. Still back in 8th is the favorite, Princess Gladys. And it's another 2 then, back to Fussy Girl, who's dropped back. And now Barb's Dream Come True starting to run on. Is gaining ground actually pretty nicely from the back. Still have to come get the leader, who's Padrino's Gold now. Fontina up alongside on the outside. Those are the top 2 into the lane. Princess Gladys trying to wind it up. Barb's Dream Come True, who was so far back, is making up good ground down the center. A final 1/8 of a mile left to go. And on the front end, Padrino's Gold, Fontina, Princess Gladys, Barb's Dream Come True stalled out a touch down the outside. 16th pole, Padrino's Gold in front. Princess Gladys, Padrino's Gold to win it. Second ended up close there between Princess Gladys and CC Girl. Barb's Dream Come True ended up 4th after spotting the leader so many lengths. Nine, 8, 2, 5, and 10. Results are official. $8 on the win for Padrino's Gold. To the winner's circle, Padrino's Gold, the 4-year-old Bay Filly by Golden Lad out of Frechette. Spread in Maryland by Two Legends Farm. Wayne LaMarche, the winning owner. Michael Simone, the winning trainer. Marvin Fernandez, a riding double for apprentice Marvin Fernandez as Padrino's Gold scores in today's 10th and final. Price is on the board. The exact 1830, trifecta 137.20, dime super $235.07. Daily double, a pair of nines, 1310. Nobody had the super high five, so we're going to carry over $6,862 to tomorrow's first race with 7 or more betting interests. So make sure to make note of that. $6,862 for the super high five tomorrow. Late pick 4, 56.80. Late pick 5, 97.55. Ultimate 6 out of 6, $16.28. There were some alls in there because of the surface changes of races 7 and 9. Do take note that $58,630 carryover will be a mandatory payout tomorrow as part of our closing day festivities. So that should be a well into the 6 figures pool in the Ultimate 6 tomorrow. That does wrap up live racing today, but of course stick around for simulcasting. They're just about set to go for the big turf race at Churchill Downs and then the Kentucky Derby about an hour after that. So stick around with us to watch and wager on the Kentucky Derby. And we'll see you back tomorrow when live racing resumes for our Fan Appreciation Day closing day tomorrow. First post just after 12 noon. From all of us here at Tampa Bay Downs, we bid you a very pleasant good evening, a safe drive home. We'll see you back tomorrow for the final day of the season, Fan Appreciation Day. Good night, everyone. From Tampa.